Hi, thanks for joining. Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm an astrologist and a life coach, and I'm here to give you the zodiac weather for this new moon in Sagittarius at 12 degrees. Now, this is a solar eclipse. This is the new beginnings, exiting the eclipse portal, setting the stage for the next 6-month cycle. The full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus was November 19th, which was closing the last 6-month eclipse cycle and our learnings. During this portal, it has been very intense. Definitely the full moon in Taurus gave us a view, a sample of what 2022 is going to look like, because the eclipses next year are Taurus and Scorpio. So if you're a Taurus and you're a Scorpio, watch out. The stage is all yours. And I know a lot of Scorpios that don't feel comfortable on stage. And Taurus and Scorpio are fixed energies, so it will be a very uncomfortable place. And we all have Taurus and Scorpio somewhere in our astrology birth chart. This is where we're going to see a lot of shifts and changes. Now, today I will be discussing the new moon degrees at 12. So I'll read the inside degrees from this handy little book. And then I'm going to give a refresher on my blog that I wrote in 2017 about tips and tricks on living in the new world, because we are flying right into it. Then I will discuss the chart aspects and transits. And then I'm going to give tips on how to best utilize this energy. And I'm also going to read a little bit about the olive tree, because I was getting the olive tree as kind of a symbolism for this new moon. And then I'm going to wrap up with a little bit of cryptocurrency astro reports, and ending with a channeled card reading. So if that sounds up your oh yeah, Neptune is stationary direct today. So we're starting to see a little clearer, but it's still feeling a very Neptunian. So if that sounds like up your alley, then stick around and watch my video and information. I have a lot of information and it's going to be fun. So go steep yourself some tea or get a glass of water or your favorite beverage, and I'll be here. Read the inside degrees. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I said I was going to do. That's what I'm going to do. You know, sometimes we have to have a little bit of structure. I didn't even get a water. Hold, please. How rude of me. I didn't even let you know what's going on. So this is my background, okay? It's my art piece that I painted a few years ago, and this was about a dream. It's very Neptunian, okay? And this eclipse is happening in my 5th house of creativity. And I've been super creative, and it's something that I've always done that I kind of took a break on, and I'm back into it. So I wanted to put this in the back. And I'm wearing the Christmas story, okay, onesie. It is a deranged Easter bunny. And the symbolism for this is new beginnings, and things are manifesting fast. And the degree point is a 12 degrees, which is a numerology 3, which is about super manifestation time. This 3 represents multiplication. multiplication. Yes. So put the yang male rabbit with the yin female rabbit, and what happens? Multiplication, creation. Okay. So this is about the powers of 1 and 2 combined, that 3 work in fruitful partnership to produce everything. 3, like fertility, reproduction, growth, expansion, and abundance. And these are all qualities. I mean, even astrology's elements, right? There's 4 elements: earth, fire, earth, air, and water. And then you have different modalities, and the modalities are 3, which is cardinal, initiator, fixed, sustainer, and mutable, which is kind of the death and the transformation into something, a new cardinal energy. So this is actually an endings, okay? Because it's like a new beginning, but it's also a shit ton of endings because it's mutable, and there's a shit ton of like changes, because that's what mutable energy does, is it changes and it shifts. And so this is deranged, okay? This is a deranged, kind of fucked up experiences that are triggering this rapid growth and transformation and growth. So I thought it was very fit for this cycle. So Sagittarius at 12 degrees, the title of this is Icicles Melting, okay? Soul timing, slow and formative, waiting for fullness and ripeness, okay? Outliving old stuck patterns by slowly wearing them out. Like, oh my God, there's so many things that we are trying to let go of. Old habits, old patterns, old situations. And we're like, let's give it one more go so we can torture ourselves into transformation. It's like forcing us into this like, I am so fucking sick of this, right? I am so sick of this. I do it and I fucking hate it. Okay. So deep progress. You experience lessons in humility and simplicity. I hate when they split words.
Extravagance.
Relents only after relentless pressure. So it's like, the pressure cooker, it's getting hot, it's about to blow. Okay. This is the, I am up to here and I'm making this change. Cross purposes. Okay. You have an attachment to personal inclination of the most stubborn kind, and yet a desperate drive to get beyond the shadows. Interior dialogue and dispute. So we're like in our head and we're thinking and replaying certain things and situations, and we're disputing with ourselves and others in our head. Okay. Not in real life. The slow burning away. Yes. So this is the phoenix, right? The phoenix is all the old stuff, the old habits, the old situations, the old shit that we're just burning it away. Okay. And then we're allowing pride to surrender without being made wrong. So like, we're like, okay, this is served its purpose. I've been there, done that. And I'm moving forward. Elaborate maneuvers, forward significant breakthroughs. Okay, so this is the inside degrees for the 12th degree. Sagittarius is, in my opinion, the 9th dimension. And this is where all that will be found. This is everything that we've ever wanted and desired, okay? At our fingertips, but we need to reach for it. We need to take action. So this December will be filled with possibility, and mid-December, there will be a real tangible evidence from space and time gravity, from past, present, and future that we're all seeing all at once. Like, oh, I see now. Everything's clearer because Neptune has been retrograde since June, and we've had our rose-colored glasses on, not seeing things clearly. Neptune is direct today, December 1st, also rabbit. Okay. Events becoming reality and understanding why we had to go through what we went through and how the universe was realigning us to the path that we are starting to understand. Okay. It's starting to unfold and reveal itself. Destiny is aligning. Okay. And our conscious and our subconscious and unconscious are all understanding. Okay. They're pulsating with curiosity. And by January, we will be experiencing the future beyond possibilities. And so it is a freaking man. Okay. So
should I read my blog? No, I think I'm going to save my blog for more towards the end. I want to get right into the transits, okay? Because it's exciting. I'm going to take us with you.
In this astrology chart, it looks like if you are in the Bay Area, California, West Coast, this new moon has a rising of Virgo. So if you're a rising Virgo, you might be experiencing some of this stuff that's happening in your home, okay, in your fourth house, and some roots, some family stuff. Okay, so there is all kinds of planets on one side, okay, and we call this the astro hemisphere, and it's in the Western hemisphere, which is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, the 3rd. Okay, so I'm adding in the 3rd because Mars is there. This is highlighting these houses where this is a highly adaptable opportunities, but we're also needing others at this time because it's a vampire chart. It's like a bowl of cherries. There's nothing opposing it. We have nothing. We can't really see things clearly without a partner and other. And today I was going to have my friend do the video with me, but then it got late and she had to go. So I'm having a hard time doing this all by myself. So, I mean, you guys are here. So, I'm not. So this is a great time to partner up and do things and get things done together. So, yeah, so this is about like answering to others and being somewhat dependent on others to get shit done for this new moon. So we are thinking about starting new projects and new things with someone else and with a partner. Now, Neptune direct in Pisces, this is desiring spiritual sharing after a period of introversion. So our friend Neptune is really good for like creativity and art and creation, like screenwriting and theatrical productions, but it is not good for like everyday living, okay? Or in the dating world. Okay. Or in business negotiations. Okay. Not good. This isn't good for that kind of shit. And we've kind of been there since June. Now, the retrograde is over. Thank freaking God. And we could start taking off those rose-colored glasses and seeing people for who they truly are. This could be really disturbing, and you might have went through a shit storm. But know that we are coming out and we are wanting to connect with real people. So we need to ask ourselves, what is real? What is not? Okay, this last weekend, Neptune was especially strong because guess what? It was opposing the moon in Virgo on Saturday. This is really delusional. You weren't seeing things, situation, and people very clear. And we were looking for excitement. These transits wanted excitement. We had pretty much, if you were born 1980, we had Mars applying to our natal Uranus, and wherever Mars and Uranus was, okay, wherever Scorpio is in your chart, you would have found yourself experiencing a lot of unexpected events. Okay, so the transiting moon in Virgo, we were not seeing things clearly, people clearly, and we may have put ourselves in some very uncomfortable situations, which ended in unexpected events, causing much grief and trauma. However, this is not in vain. Okay, this is helping assist us in this new beginning that is happening December 3rd evening, this solar eclipse. And for Aries, this could have been a very hard lesson because this Mars conjunct Uranus, if you're an 80s, around the 80s, baby, in your 8th house of death and transformation. So it could have been a near-death experience, creating a new beginning in our connection with our spirituality, with God, and our feelings of luck and desire to do something different for the future is going to be initiated for this new moon. Now, with Taurus, it could have been something that was maybe rushed in, having to do with our partnerships, could be business partnerships, marriage, relationships. It could even be your friendships, but just the people around us that is triggering a new beginning in our shared resources, our death and taxes, inheritance of that kind. Geminis could have had something happening in either their pets or something that had to do with their work routines or maybe their health habits. Something maybe had come up with our health, and it is starting a whole new beginning with our partnerships. So let's say if you got hurt, maybe your leg got broken, now you can't go to work or something like that, and now you have to rely on your husband or your wife or your kid or your mom, okay? Cancers, something happened in either in the 5th house, so maybe something was rushed in romantically, or maybe maybe there was a creative endeavor that you maybe had an idea of doing, and now this new beginning is going to be activating, maybe integrating this new project, this new creative project in your daily routines. Or it could be maybe you got someone pregnant and now your daily routines, your work habits, your health habits are shifting. Or this could, be that you rushed into something romantically because maybe you were intoxicated, and now you're going to have this new beginning of, I'm not drinking anymore, and I am going to be sober because I need healthy partnerships or relationships or romance in my life. Leos, this had something to do with the home, your roots, your ancestry, your family, that is triggering a new beginning in your area of creativity and your romance and your worth around that. Virgos, this could be maybe something happened in the 3rd house. Maybe you got in a accident or an argument with a sibling or a cousin. Or maybe you were really harsh with your communications. Maybe you regretted something, and now that is creating a shift or a new beginning around the matters of home. Maybe you're moving out, or maybe you're moving in with someone. Okay, Libras, something had triggered something in the way that you earn money or you provide for yourself and your values. And this new moon is going to be happening in the way that you communicate that. So, maybe you weren't speaking your value or speaking up, and it caused some resentments, and it caused some problems in your relationships. And so now your new beginning is, I'm going to communicate, and I'm going to be more assertive than passive aggressive. Scorpios, this is maybe something that had happened with your identity, maybe the way that people see you. It was maybe you did something that was out of character, and this new beginning is in your value, and you're re-looking at your values and your worth. okay, your self-worth, and your also how you provide and your resources. Sagittarius, there had been something that maybe came out, or a hidden enemy that maybe something came out of your unconscious that you weren't sure was there. Okay. And this is now triggering some new beginning and a new shift in the way that you want to be viewed viewed by people around you. This could even be like, I want a new look. Maybe you went crazy and maybe you did some drugs, or maybe you overdosed on alcohol or something like that. And now you decided that you want you want to be viewed differently. Okay. So you want to either change the way that you are seen, and this could even just be like new wardrobe or a haircut. Capricorns, this could have been like something that happened within your networks or friends. Could have been like a disagreement or an argument that that now that you're like reevaluating. This is going to be something new in that area of intuition. Like maybe you're like, man, I didn't see that, or maybe you got backstabbed or something like that. And you're like, whoa, okay, like I need to reassess and rethink like my blind spot. Okay. Because we all have a blind spot. And so, yeah, so that could even be, maybe you got in a fight with like a friend and you were in the hospital or something, and now you are, trying to get better. Or maybe you went into a program, maybe you got in a fight and because you were intoxicated, or you were on drugs and you're in a rehab center now, or maybe you're in jail. Who knows? It could be 12th house is very elusive. It's a Neptunian house, and it could just be straight your dreams and your unconscious. Maybe a lot of things are coming up. For rising Aquariuses, this could be something that has to do with your career and legacy. Either there was something that you were driven and working towards, and maybe this new eclipse is going to bring these new friends and networks that is going to help you achieve these career goals that you have. And Pisces, this is in your, the Mars is in your 9th house, which could have been triggering some desire to maybe travel, learn something new, your connection with spirituality and God, religion. I don't know, maybe you want to start going to church or something. And this new moon, something along those lines, is triggering maybe a new career. Okay. A new career, a new legacy. Maybe you want adventure. And I feel like Pisces are just so sick of like their everyday. Okay. And they want some adventure, excitement, and travel. And they want to be more connected to spirituality, maybe. And so they're like, okay, well, I need more time. I can't be working every day and not having a life. And also travel and have time for God. Okay. All right. So I just was feeling called to do that. I usually don't do that, but I was feeling called to do that. So Venus retrograde in Capricorn is coming up. When is it coming up? Where is this retrograde? My goodness. Sorry, guys. I'm going to look at my ephemera. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Okay, so the retrograde is happening on the 19th of December in Capricorn. So look at where Capricorn is in your chart. Wherever house that is, you're going to have a little reevaluation on your values, your resources, how you work. So rising Leos and Leos, they're reevaluating the way that they move about their daily routines. This is daily health habits, work habits. Things are shifting in the ways of career and legacy and home. And all these things are going to shift. Obviously, if your career and legacy switches and your home switches, your daily routines are obviously going to switch. And maybe it's reconsidering getting an animal in your life too. But the slowdown is collectively, it's Venus, right? Venus rules our money and our resources and our abundance. So our resources are going to be slowing down a little bit, which kind of sucks for like the stock market. I don't know. I don't think it's going to affect cryptocurrency as much, at least at the end of December. But it's about reevaluating like our relationships, what we want in our relationships. And we could experience breakups, divorces, especially for rising cancers. Cancer suns, moons, and risings may experience some relationships shifts and also business partnerships or major shifts happening in their daily routines, habits, and work. So the spiritual connections and synchronicities are starting to line up and make sense. Okay. So next we have what I was talking about with Mars transing Scorpio. People that have Uranus and Scorpio natally. Okay. And those are born around 1980s. Okay. So it could be 79, it could be 78, it could be 81, 82, 83. Okay. I believe all those are Uranus and Scorpio. And this is unexpected events. Okay. This is accidents. This is energy that has to do with something out of the normal or feelings of I need more excitement. Okay. And these out of the normal situations that you're putting yourself in, you're not prone to it. And this could happen in like unexpected events happening. Okay. So maybe it's something you're not used to, an environment that you're not used to. So in psychology, let's say if you, let's say you use drug in one location. Let's say you always do a drug at your house. Okay. Or you always drink at your house and you decide because you need excitement to go do drugs at a friend's house that you've never done drugs at, or go to a bar that you don't normally drink at. You will tend to be more drunk in environmental situations. So you have more tolerance in an environment when you do it in that environment. But if you do it in another environment, this is where we're going to find overdoses. So if someone's used to doing drugs in one place and they decide to do it somewhere else, someone could overdose. Okay. This is where death happens. This is where unexpected events happen and accidents and traumas and stuff like that. So that's my warning to you guys again. And sometimes I could say it and say it and we don't listen. I don't always listen. Okay. Because I am human myself and I like to have excitement too. Now, Mars square Jupiter. Mars in Scorpio is square to Jupiter in Aquarius. So there is something that is having some tension, okay? There is some tension in these two areas, but it's creating a new possibility. So this is great for initiating new projects. We want to be careful, however, with the impulse to make decisions that could be unwarranted consequences at this time. So we want to slow down and breathe before we make a plan of action. Now, Mars applying to the South Node. I really wish I would have made this video like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, like when I was supposed to make this video, because we all could have been a little more forewarned. I knew the very specifics, the specific big shifts that were happening, but Not to the level I do right now. Okay, so Mars applying to the South Node. Subconscious motivations that stem from the past and to which there is an inner inclination to cling, although they may no longer be relevant, okay, or appropriate for the individual situation and prospects. So we are seeing a lot of our past resurfacing, as this will help to finally remove this shit for good. Okay, like karmic stuff, maybe that's just been in our DNA. It's like starting to freaking pass through us. Like, we don't need this anymore. It's not serving us anymore. We are not happy with the outcomes. There is a common denominator here that is no longer serving me, because every time something bad happens, this common denominator always arises. So we're starting to see that clearly now that Neptune is direct today. And these are the aspects that are no longer working for us, and we are learning to move forward in more healthy and exciting ways. Okay, so Neptune is trine Mars. So now that Neptune is direct, it's trining over to Mars in Scorpio. So this is a watery trine, and it's pushing the death transformation to occur, where we are not really seeing things or people or situations clearly. That really has triggered the transformation. Okay. So if you're born, like I said, 80s, Mars is conjunct Uranus, which for our generation was affected as abrupt, deranged ways, hence the deranged Easter Bunny, because it's the deranged Easter Bunny is creating this abrupt and disturbing situation or learning experience, is initiating, it's like the catalyst for this change. So this could have been violence, sexual abuse, unexpected events around us, car accidents, unexpected losses in relationships, in jobs, and there's a shit ton, okay? It just depends on where this is transiting in your chart. We were also wanting to switch it up and create more excitement in our lives, which could have caused some unforeseen traumas. This is the aha moment and the catalyst for the change, which is initiating for this new beginning and the new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius. And we are reaching new heights. We are learning through experience, and we are expanding the areas or the house in which Sagittarius is for you personally in your birth chart. So if you don't know where this is, then you can pull up the free astro chart at astro.com, put in your birthday, your time, and your location. You need the time in order to know your rising, in order to do predictions. If you don't know your time, us astrologists can help you figure out your time through major events that's happened in your life, and we can come to a conclusion as to what your time might have been. If you do not know how to read the chart that you have pulled on astro.com and you would like a chart reading from me, you can go to my website at www.lucidlivingmovement.com. So the new moon is conjunct Mercury. Mercury's at 15 degrees. It's a very small orb, and it's very significant. This is creating a lot of excitement, communication. We want to communicate. We want to connect. We want to learn. We want to talk about maybe some vulnerabilities, emotional vulnerabilities with and sensitivities. And we could be reminiscing on like the past relationships, past family members, and creating these close emotional bonds. And we're very busy, at least with our friends and our family, like socially. It's like we're coming out from the introversion, the Hermit card, right? And we're coming into the Three of Cups. And this is also a good time to plan something for travel or art project, starting a new art project. Really good for writing, like really good for writing. So if you're a writer, writing blog, you want to write a book, it's a good time to start. Like I highly recommend that you start writing your chapter, your first chapter, okay? Baby steps is all it takes. And self-care. This new moon is also quincunx to Uranus, okay? Not Uranus, not Uranus, Uranus, because that's what I like to say. That's what I like to say. So this can create a buildup of nervous tension. Uranus is in Taurus. This is a big player in the next couple years, transits with the North Node, okay? So this nervous tension and the emotional outbursts and upsetting tension between like the like feminine energies in our life, like our mother or sister or any kind of like woman in our life, we'd be experiencing that, which needs adjusting in order to create karmic balance. Saturn is also square to Uranus, and Saturn is in Aquarius, and this is unexpected change, most likely the kind that we don't want. So this is frustrating, yes. However, these seemingly challenging times for the turning points, which lead us to opportunities to rid ourselves from negative patterns and limiting or self-limiting beliefs from the past, which will open up new doors for the future opportunities. And this is good. This is good. Squares are good. Oppositions are good. Negative situations are good sometimes because it is the catalyst for change. The thing is to stay open-minded and flexible and do not force change as the universe is removing people and habits, situations. And they're just, the universe is just doing this to make room for the right people, the right situations, the right opportunities. So commit to the responsibility to rid the issues. Release the issues that are causing stress in your relationships and your career. So you could rid the old habits and outdated beliefs that are blocking you from living your best life. Now, tips, okay? The new moon, especially solar eclipse in Sagittarius, because the ruler is Jupiter of this transit. Jupiter is in Aquarius, is pushing things forward into the future. Unexpected events are shifting things and sudden insights are possible. Okay. It's a great time to do art and writing, like I said, and it'll be easier. So you might be a poet, not even know it. But only for this time. No, just kidding. If you've always wanted to write, now's a good time. Okay. This is the best time for magic. So whatever you'd like to manifest within the 3 days, okay? 3 days, usually I do like a day and a half to 3 days after the new moon is a great time for deviation. So it's a great time to start a new course, okay? If you wanted to start or learn something new, this is a great time. If you wanted to start a new art project, it's a great time. If you want to start a new relationship, be careful because Venus will be retrograde on the 19th, right? So it's in shadow. Now, if it's someone coming back from the past, use your wisdom, Athena, the goddess of wisdom and intuition, and make sure, because sometimes they're coming back just to teach you something. Sometimes it's teaching you of something you don't want. If the person comes back, it is a good time to start a new relationship in a new way, okay? Now, if you would like to learn more about astrology, I'm hosting a workshop on December 18th at 5 p.m. If you are not from Crockett or the Bay Area and can't make it in person, then DM me and I will send you my link, which I have a recorded Zoom with the PowerPoints, and you'll have your own lecture and workshop with me. Also is a good time to plan a future trip or vacation to foreign lands. And any new moon is a great time to start anything new. something new. Make something that you want. A new health regimen. That's always great. A new, healthy habits, daily routines, workout regimen. And if you are in the Bay Area, like Crockett, Diablo Valley, the East Bay, and you're interested in cold, fresh pressed juice that I make, I do deliveries on Tuesdays and Fridays. So DM me if you're interested. It is like really good juice. Like I make the best juice. That's hands down. I am not biased because it's mine. I just have a really good palate because my moon and Jupiter are in the second house of, Taurus. I know what tastes good. Okay. I know what tastes good. And my Venus is in Cancer in the 12th house. Want me, but it's a really good position. Regardless, it is a really good position. Venus in Cancer knows how to cook. Okay. Thank you. Now, the new moon phase is kind of the best time to plant your seeds in your vineyards. It is the best time to begin in the 3.5 days, the balsamic moon. Okay. And then we want to wipe the slate clean, and we want to manifest our dreams. We want to expand our potential and hope. And we want to focus on what you do want, not what you don't want. And so we need to meditate on our visions of possibility. Like Wayne Dyer said, to feel the feeling of the wish for fulfillment in the body. So we must feel like we already have it. We have to manifest that feeling. And so that's why it's always the hardest to manifest things that we've never experienced or we never had. I mean, someone that has won the lottery, knows what it feels to have millions of dollars. And they win the lottery all the time because they know how it feels. So they can manifest it. Someone that's never had $1 million, we don't even know what the fucking that feels like, right? So how are we supposed to know how to manifest it? So we have to really get into our workshop, our imagination, and we have to put ourselves in that position of creating a scenario of having $1 million. And this is thinking about what the hell we would do with it. Because we all know that money doesn't make happiness. So what is it that you want to manifest to make you happy? So just think of the things that would make you happy. Because you don't need $1 million if you want to travel to Europe or around the world. You could just put on a backpack and go, right? So things to think about. So the 7 days kind of after this new moon, it's about the courage, okay? It's about moving things forward, having the courage to move things forward and have faith that you will be fulfilled in everything that you have been manifesting, no matter how things may look in 3D, okay? It is the time to commit and overcome your challenges and have the confidence that you will achieve it. As you get closer to this full moon in Gemini, we will want to make any adjustments that we need to make to get closer to our goals. So don't give up, even though our ego might get in the way. Commit to letting go of that ego and that fear, and that might be holding you back, and review your plans. Now, 2 things before I wrap up with the crypto report and the card reading. I went to Oakland, okay? They have this beautiful temple. It's like the temple of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints. And they had these beautiful lights all around. Everything was symbolic, Allegory City. They had 3 bridges representing the Trinity. Okay. They had five temple things. Okay. That's the 5 that, the star, we're all 5 life, Fibonacci code, that kind of stuff, right? The arms, the head, the legs, we have 5 points, like the star. And then there was 8 lights for transformation. And I noticed it in their ward as well. Same lights, 5 and 8. 8 is infinity and transformation, and 5 is change. I was there at the right time, perfect place. They gave me a Bible because that day I was getting signs, okay, of the olive tree. Okay, olive tree has great symbolisms. It was one of the first, olive oil was like one of the first things that they put in lanterns to create light. Okay. Crows, they love olives. They love it. They eat them. And I wanted to read you just a little part of Jacob chapter 5, because it reads about the olive tree. And so I thought this was really cool. The olive tree, which a man took and nourished in his own vineyard, and he grew it and waxed old and began to decay. So sometimes we can plant seeds and we grow a tree that doesn't produce fruit. This is an allegory for us and what we're manifesting. We could be working very hard in our vineyard, right? We're pruning the tree and we're working so hard to make sure that it's being nourished with sunlight and water and stuff like that. But it came to pass that the master of the vineyard went forth and he saw that the olive tree began to decay. And he said, I will prune it and dig it about and nourish it, and perhaps it may shoot forth young and tender branches, and it not perish not. Okay. So then there's the other guy who was like, pretty much like, forget this tree. I'm sick of it. It's never growing fruit. It's been so long. I'm just going to cut it into pieces and throw it in the fire. And I think God was like, no, dude, like, don't give up on that tree, because a tree that is strong in its roots will eventually produce fruit. It just might not be the season. So this is a message to us that just because we don't see things manifesting doesn't mean that they're not manifesting. And just because the soil is bad, or we have been through abuse and trauma and craziness, this could be a childhood, it could be adulthood, or whatever that we might be going through, that actually produces the best fruit. Because in this story, it says that the olive tree that produced the fruit was planted in the worst soil. Okay? It's because darkness creates a catalyst for change. We always see, like, I don't know, when we've been at our darkest hour, we have more empathy and compassion, and we have more drive to make a change. If you just have this monotone lifestyle, like everything is fine and dandy, like, what's the motivator to make the change? You have everything you freaking ever needed or wanted, right? So this was a really good story. And it was saying that don't just chop off and prune your tree and throw it away. Like, they use the word graft it. Yeah. You graft into the branches. So you actually could actually plant like a seed. You could graft the wood and you could graft a seed inside, and then it will grow from that. So we are growth. Okay. Even an example of fires. A forest fire. We had a whole bunch in Tahoe. It mows down all the trees. And then what all is left is the death and bad, it looks dead, right? But all of a sudden, it cleared the way for new growth. And all of a sudden we see all this new growth. So that was the moral of that story in the olive tree. Now I want to talk a little bit about the new world. So we're seeing a lot of the new world. And I had channeled this blog message from my guides. And I was like, I remember it took me like 8 hours. I did not eat. I did not sleep. I just was just feeling all of this information coming through, and I wanted to get it out. So This is the ascension. The ascension is now. We're in a spiritual battle, right? We are a splitting of the old world and the new world right now. So we have had this before. And back in 1776, right, was the new world, the birth of the new world, and in the United States. And there was a lot of smallpox and death, pretty much was being forced upon the indigenous people in the Spaniard quest. And their world was taken over. Okay. So this is happening again, but now in a different way. We have COVID that is really trying to hold the old world in power. Cryptocurrency is made to be diversified and community based, where the money is cycled within networks and communities, and it's not a government owned. And so we will probably be seeing a switch. So whatever Facebook's coming out, I know they were working on a coin called Libra, and that was postponed and launching. And then I think they changed the name to Diem, and now they've created the metaverse. So it's going to start there. The metaverse will be a way that they can keep control. I think this is what I think, keep control of the currency and the money. And so they're going to coin it as a crypto, but I don't think it's going to be diversified. We'll wait and see. Maybe they will, but I would not count on that. So here are the 15 things that you should know before you choose which world to live in, because we have a choice. We could live in the old world or the new world. We can bounce back and forth. So light on tutorials. So the new world, you have options for guidance along the way. The old world, we were told how to live. Remember, in the old world, I don't know if you might have just been born in the new world, but we didn't have internet. Okay. And we pretty much were told that, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? Okay. It was like one thing, you went to school and you were that. This is asking us to step into our power and giving our freedom to choose our own path. Like, maybe I want to be multiple things when I grow up. You must first go through the unknown in the new world, okay, in order to be safe in the known. So there's so much new, so much changes that are happening, that unknown is all around us. Like, okay. So once you are in the known, then you can get through life's challenges easier and faster once that you have the self-learned experiences. So understand that things are individually hard in the new world before they become easy. So in the new world, we need to rest to level up. In the old world, we weren't allowed to rest. Like, we were just hustles. Just hustle, go to high school, graduate, go to college, and then get a 9-to-5 job and hustle your asses off for someone else's fame and glory. So in the new world, you must rest in order to level up, to become stronger, to overcome the darkness, because there is spiritual battles that happen between an ascension or a splitting of worlds. So take care of yourself. When you experience a new challenge, give yourself some time to revamp, rest, connect with nature, treat yourself to a bath and some goddamn sleep. You will need this rest to become stronger for the massive amounts of leveling up in the new world. So open world, open from the beginning. So the universe is vast in an open place. Oh, FYI, you can find this blog on my WordPress. Okay, Lucid Living Movement WordPress. I wrote this in 2017, and everything that you want is all around you to explore and experience. Okay, so it's up to you whether you want to take advantage of the multiple dimensions that is available to us. These dimensions will reveal the secret. So imagine, dream, and go beyond where you've never been before. Fourth tip is battle system cues. The old world doesn't have the tools that you need to overcome difficult challenges. It just has the skill to make the kill, right? Remember Resident Evil? However, in the new world, you have to use the new tools in the new world. Okay. And in a different perspective to get you through the hard challenges, because there's going to be hard challenges. We've already experienced that. Shortages. Okay. Like, losing of jobs. Like, oh my God, there's so much in the new world because we're going through a reshuffle. Everything you need will be learned by working through each challenge with the efficient tools at your fingertips. And we get more and more every time. 5, magic is no longer tied to MP. So no longer will the magic be found outside of yourself, but now inside of yourself. Unlike the old world, you must find the strength from within, okay? And then the open world and master your being by surrounding yourself with earth elements like crystals, setting intentions, overcome challenges, and life's battles. You have to be mindful and focus on the light, otherwise the darkness will take over. 6, ascension grid. Okay, the old world, everyone had the same grid and goals, right? It was like climbing the corporate ladder, right? We were told what to do, how high to go, and to compare ourselves to other people's achievements and step on other people's heads to get to the top. We're changing up skills, often trying to flow better. Meanwhile, we're all unaligned. We were all unaligned in the old world. We were doing things because our parents told us to, government told us to, money. We need to make this much money to have these things because we're a consumer and worker bee society. Slaves. Okay. The new world, each of us will have our own grid. Like I have my own grid. And we will then have to master our own grid and our individual skills and gifts through our own challenges and missions, which we can then apply these things to the new world because we're using our own God-given superpowers and strength to be a good asset to our community and the world at large. 7, active cross battle. In the new world, the most important way to overcome life's battles is to stay persistent. Work on your weaknesses because that's how the enemy will try to take you down. And stay focused on your desires by setting intentions so you know what you're fighting for when things get challenging. Okay, we want to keep that in mind. 8, summons. You will be challenged by the old physical world while in the new spiritual world. This will assist you in keeping your boundaries up to date between both worlds. Balance is key. In the new world, there will be multiple universes to travel through, all having different challenges to overcome. 9, gameplay time. Okay, the new world is not restricted to the physical body, like sands in an hourglass. In the new world, you will want to take your time and apply it to the grander spaces of the universe, popping in and out of dimensions and experience places well worth going. This is going to be a long journey either way, so choose the more exciting adventure. I promise you, really, just detach from the time, the concepts of time, because time is an illusion. We don't die. Our soul moves on. Energy does not die. It only transfers, right? Our body dies, yes, but not our soul and our spirit. It moves on where I don't know. Don't ask me. 10, day 1 patch. If you are patient and you live in the new world in the moment, you will get a deeper connection with the life force that is greater than your own. And this will open up the divine portal to receive all the magical benefits of living in a multidimensional universe, including love, health, and effective ways to attack the old world. 11, side quests. The new world not only has access to the both worlds, including the time from the old world, the time, like literally the time of the old world, and the known, okay? Because in the old world, everything was kind of known because we were we were in a trance. We were like, okay, if we do A and B, and then we're going to have C, and then, right? So we go to school, we're going to get our degree. And then after we get our degree, we could get a job. And so then we'll have money, and then we could get a house, and then we could get married, and then we could have a kid, right? So there's time from the old world and the known. But also you have the multi-dimensions within the new world and the unknown, which will keep life interesting and fun. Isn't that exciting? 12, flying car. The new world, you can navigate the cosmos your own way, driven by your destiny you've chosen, not just by one that you were assigned to live, because that is too limited and restricted for the new world. The new world, there's freedom to roam in any direction, and you could smoothly dodge obstacles by having access between worlds. So if you think about it, our car is our vehicle to getting from point A to point B. And this is ways of communication. Before we only had gas cars, now we have gas cars, electric cars, hybrids. We have multiple ways of getting from point A to point B. And it's our choice in which one that we would like. This is also metaphorically speaking. 13, death magic. The new world, you can immediately die to the flesh and effortlessly overcome and demolish the many obstacles that get in the way of our own goals in life. And this is huge that's happening right now. There's a death to the new magic that is being shown. 14, pro versions may or may not get improvements. So you are taking a chance. Okay, just because you have chosen to enter the new world doesn't mean that you will see and get all the benefits right away. Okay, that was the message of the olive tree. Only time will tell what enhancements you'll receive. Once you choose the new world, you have a choice in what perception, okay, your perspectives that you're going to take. So living in the moment without limitation and fear will help navigate you to your intended destiny. You can use your tools from the old world in the new world, but that does not automatically give you the results that you may be expecting. You still have to work for the results in the new world to get the payoffs you desire. Sometimes you may not get what you thought you were going to get because that's up to the universe, aka the developers, but you may get something better. Depends on what perspective you decide to take. And that's ultimately in your control. It's like the saying, it's not what you get, it's who you become in the process. 16, sub-HD resolutions for all those ascending into the new world. You can use your old tools in the new world and the new tools in the old world and vice versa. This will create optimum top of the line experience. For those who will not be ascending into the new world, you will not receive the new tools and you may get the same experiences. However, it will be a lengthy, torturous process and a boring existence. So, what will your final fantasy say about you? Will you embark on the new adventure and travel this massive sandbox, or will you stay in the known like sands in an hourglass? And so will the days of your lives. Conclusion of ascension to the next dimension. Okay. In the old world, the old physical world, you didn't need to have an active role in your life. Everything was decided for you. The conditioning of society, programs from childhood, experiences from past relationships, and old karmic energy. In the old world, we already knew how to battle the enemies because it was always this same flipping battle repeated over and over and over in history. With the same old world comes the same old patterns, and in turn, the same old outcomes, right? So in the new world, you have to take an active role in your life because this is a new cycle that you are creating. You are the creator. You are a part of the God particle, right? So we are creators now. We get to create our world and what we want. Where there will be new obstacles, new challenges, and different ways to look at things. So no longer like a zombie-like state, like the old physical world, But in the new, the old physical world. So do you see how the old world is trying to really hold on? I mean, they're saying that these vaccines are like, going to turn people into zombies. Isn't that funny? It's like old zombie state. Like that's where we were, literally in the old world. We were zombies. We were just doing what we were told. Okay. And there's so much being revealed in the new world where we are asked to take an active role in our decision making. Being here, you have choices of which new world you want to create. And once you've manifested your visions, you are then guided in the direction to the world that you've created. And you know what, baby? It only takes 2 to create. Hello. So pick your partner and create the world that you always wanted. Don't be solo. You can't create shit being solo, but some temporary happiness. The old physical world is draining and tiring because all your energy was trying to find where and what is next in the physical world. We were not aware of our gifts that would have helped us make life easier, because what skills that we did have while in the old world were skills that were given or taught from the external world, not through our God-given inner strengths and skills. In the new spiritual world, you know what gifts, skills you have, and the life that you want to manifest. You have done the inner workings of your soul, and now it is time to apply them. The energy is not being drained by the unknown, but being fueled by your known desires, in which you will choose what to do. Will you be staying in the old physical world, 3D, where the work's already cut out for you and you know what results are going to be? Or are you going to step into the new world, the spiritual world, the 5D world, the heart-centered world, where your skills are known and the only thing that's unknown is what your final fantasy will manifest and what it will feel like be like, and where it will take you next. So that's super exciting, guys. I'm really happy that I have this blog that I wrote in 2017 that I can continue looking at, because the more I read it each year, the more I understand what it says. Do you understand? And now that the metaverse is being created, this means an entirely new thing to me than it did last year. Okay? So I just wanted to share that with you. Now, let's get into some crypto. Okay, cryptos to watch out for. Hex, Dogecoin, Axion, and Cardano. Okay, I only looked up a few, but the Hex will be affected in a positive way. I know Hex has dropped a lot since P-Hex came down. I'm not going to worry about it because I sacrificed on the pulse chain, but Hex's sun's at 10 degrees of Sagittarius. And this new moon eclipse is shifting that because there's only a 2-degree orb. And it hasn't, it hasn't been doing too hot this cycle, but don't worry because it should be having some pretty, positive forward shifts. And I'm looking forward to the release of P-Hex. I think that's going to be pretty amazing. So just, while it's down, might as well buy some because it's going to be doing good. Dogecoin is also the sun in Sag at 14 degrees. And Dogecoin has been pretty steady, I think at like 24 cents, right? But I also noticed that Pluto was on its Venus. And now Pluto is starting to move away because Pluto is retrograde. I was like staying there for a little bit. And now it's finally moving off of Dogecoin's Venus. Yay! And I think Dogecoin will be looking good. I didn't write Floki in here, but I'm feeling Floki too. I just kind of like got a thing in the mail that said donate to Floki, and it was just a cat. So I thought that was kind of like a synchronicity. Yep. So Exion's Mars is at 6 degrees of Sagittarius, so this new moon eclipse is happening on its Mars, and Mars is really like the drive and ambition. It's a new beginning. So this new moon will be activating this new activity. Maybe they're working on something new that will start moving the coin in a positive direction. It was really high. I made a shit ton of money off of Exion, and then it like dropped. So I just feel like this eclipse is going to eclipse it in a good way. And then Cardano's not looking that great right now. I mean, Saturn and the moon is at the end of Sagittarius. So there isn't going to be like any like huge shifts that I see happening, but their Neptune will be squaring this new moon. So we might like not be seeing things clearly, and we may make the wrong moves. So just scratch everything I said. It's kind of a promise coin anyways. I would wait to see what's going on with this coin. So, I mean, if it's like super low and you feel like buying, sure. I mean, why not? You can't lose out if you buy low, right? But I would just leave this alone. And the end of December, even though it's Venus retrograde, I have a good feeling that crypto is going to shoot up somewhere around Christmas Eve, and then it's going to drop. So if any time crypto skyrockets, I'd say pull out. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know shit. No financial advice here. Just what I think. Nothing really big popped, but I know Hex and Dogecoin's going to do good. All right, card reading. Are you ready for the card reading? Are you ready? Can't see my ears. What a shame. Oh my God. I had the best vegan dinner at Up Level. Ugh. All right. So I'm going to start by rolling the dice for this new moon solar eclipse. Aries first house, Venus. Ooh, first house. We're definitely getting a makeover, guys. This is a brand new beginning for a lot of us, especially the fire signs. I don't know. Something's happening for sure. But Aries, first house, Venus. You know, we're really seeing ourselves in a different light, in a really pretty light. So let's see what's changing here for us. I'm going to pick from the Flower of Life card deck first. This is a collective reading for this. Guides and angels. I'll take that. Guides and angels, let go of any resistance. Be the beautiful light being that you are and open to the energies of the heart. Anytime today, sit for a few moments in and meditate and feel the activation of love. Feel it as waves of pulsating and liquid light, embracing you with universal love, wisdom, and strength. Cleansing and clearing, you float higher and higher to see yourself from a higher perspective. Imagine this is who your higher self, angels, guides, light beings, and loved ones see. The essence of you, and for the moment, see yourself through their eyes. Fill your mind and body. Let go of anything that may be holding you back from being the wonderment of you. Breathe this into your body. Feel yourself being fully grounded of this world with a new perspective. Awesome. All right, now I'm moving on to Shadow edition. The threads of fate are upon us. Upon us. Okay, I'm going to be practicing my voice a lot. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. 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 Come on, give me that. Ooh, I'll take that. The void. What's the void? Living in the void, living in the void. Oh yeah, I wanted to read this one too. The release. The void and the release. The void can be deeply uncomfortable. It is nothing, an emptiness that penetrates all aspects of self. We may feel blank. What we were once passionate about feels so cold to us. We may not be able to see or sense anything about where we are going next. I could relate. We may enter a void after all that we have known is not what we thought it was. So true. It may feel like disbelief. It may feel like you don't have any faith. It may feel like you don't know what is real and what is not. Oh my God, so true. This is the part we must surrender to. Thanks. Yeah, surrender. This may also indicate a time where you are questioning everything you believe in or questioning your significance in the world. When you are in the void, you may have an instinct to fill the empty space because we get uncomfortable here. We may miss some of the lessons. We were taught to constantly push forward. The void teaches us to be still and okay with uncertainty. Trying to escape this space ensures that we stay here or return sooner than we would like. We may have an instinct to fill the emptiness, but remind yourself that emptiness is a prayer. That is beautiful. And this other card is release, and it's got the frog on it. You can hardly see. It's too shiny. Release is a lot easier said than done. In fact, we can spend a whole lifetime trying to break free from the limiting beliefs and the painful experiences. Sometimes we have an idea of where we want to go, so we compartmentalize and repress the things we believe are holding us back. But we still want to honor ourselves in our experiences. We just want to give ourselves new options of behavior so we are not stuck within the same old patterns. Spend a moment reflecting. What is no longer serving you? What is old, stale, and taking space within you? What would you do if these things didn't take up so much of your energy? What other behaviors and beliefs do you wish to possess? So the frog is a potential ally of releasing and repurposing. Sometimes we approach our perceived flaws as things to eliminate, but the frog teaches us that we can use that which no longer serves us fuel for the new. Every week, the frog not only sheds its skin, it eats it. Ew! I didn't know that. Nothing goes to waste. All things within us have a purpose as long as we can expand our minds to see it. So it's all about perspective. And I remember saying that in one of the tips of the Final Fantasy blog, and as well as the story about the olive tree in the vineyard, okay? And the branches, not just throwing them away, but using them to graft a new tree. Wow. How can you transmute what no longer serves you? How can you release, but also do it purposefully? How can it serve you in a new way? Wow. These cards were absolutely perfect. The void and release. Man, I could stop it. I mean, I could stop the reading right there. So I'm going to pick from my new Oracle Mermaid deck. Ooh, mermaids. And I got it in good old Sea Ranch, which is on the ocean. And I thought it was just kind of perfect to get a mermaid deck from an ocean town. Makes sense, right? Ooh. Song of the Siren, the calling summoning voice to acknowledge. Whoa. She's fancy. Yearning, longing for someone, undesired separation and pinning. Oh, well, I can only pick one. So this is card number 5, and 5 in numerology represents change. And we are going through that, my friends. We are going through that. Mermaids sing. All elements wish for you to free your voice, to sing your song, and to make a sound that will contribute to the energy of the world. But no one wants you to sing more than the beautiful mermaids. We mermaids and music go together. We sing while combining our long living hair while on the rocks, crooning to the sea, to the ocean, a song of love and tenderness. Our song connects you to the ebb and flow of the sea and her tides, the moon, and to your body and the rhythms too. The song they sing is life-giving and creates energetic nourishment. When you sing your song, you will be nourishing the world, no matter what you may have been told about your voice. Some say that the way the worlds are open and you could enter the realm of fairy, magic, or mermaid is by a song. That song holds the key quite literally to openings where we transcend and move through realities. So the deviation for this card is many fairy tales and legends speak of the lost song, note, or chord, which, if restored, can take us to the land of fairy or myrrh and bring us home again. Sometimes it is played on a harp made from whalebone. So the sea once again has the sound that can unpeel the veil and let us see within the realms that spiral, that swirl around us, invisible as radio frequencies, but just as able to be tuned into if we choose to find the right note to sing. It is now time to learn more about how you use your voice and the impact its tone, note, and signature has. People and the universe will respond so differently if you bring your voice into tune. It does not mean to pretend or speak falsely. It means even if it causes you great discomfort, you must break through the lock you have placed around your throat. So your throat chakra, which the meditation would be on blue. Ask the mermaids for help, and your song will pull forth like that of the sea creatures, the whales and dolphins. Your natural voice will be found and sung, and you will be free again. Wow. Very magical. Okay, so I'm going to do Alice in Wonderland because Neptune's involved. And then I'm going to do the Animal Spirit card deck and then the Tarot. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know it's a little extra long, but it's a special new moon because it's a solar eclipse. And there's a lot that's going on. I mean, I haven't even covered everything, and that's probably why I've postponed this video for a while, because I really didn't know what to focus on. And then it just all came to me little pieces by little pieces. And I've been going through my own process of this change, because a lot of things have changed around me. I'm actually a Leo. So this eclipse is happening in my 5th house, which is the house of Leo. So it is definitely working on Leo's, changing Leo's lives. Virgos have been going through a rough patch, and things are starting to get better. But yeah, everyone has pretty much been affected by this. All right. So 41, forgot who you are. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you. Okay. That's kind of big, right? Because I was just talking about like the old world. And when the conditioning falls away, we are left with ourselves. "What do you call yourself?" the fawn said at last. Such a soft, sweet voice it had. "I wish I knew," thought poor Alice. She answered rather sadly. "Nothing just now. Thinking again," it said. "That won't do," Alice thought, but nothing came of it. "Please, would you tell me what you call yourself?" she said timidly. "I think that might help a little." "I'll tell you if you'll come a little further on," said the fawn. "I can't remember here." So they walked on together through the woods, Alice with her arms clasped lovingly around soft neck of the fawn, till they came out into another open field. You are amongst a new experience, one in which you have no idea of who you are anymore. Paradoxically, this apparent loss of self is a beautiful gift. The loss of memory of the self, the absence of the conditioning that defined us, means we can approach new people and situations with an innocence and freshness. This is an opportunity to connect from the heart. So it is with Alice when she enters a looking glass forest with magical powers. All who enter forgot who they are. Thus, not knowing he ought to be frightened of a human, a fawn approaches Alice. She responds with an incredible fondness for the fawn, and they meet in a simple affection, connection, and friendship. When we forget what we have been taught to fear or hate, it brings an opportunity for a whole series of beautiful relationships to blossom. This is the situation you find yourself in now. Forget what you tell yourself you are. Forget what others have said that you ought to be. Forget the enmity and the avoidance and the fear we live with far too often. Forget who you have been taught to be. Instead, reawaken the innocence of the soul. Unknow thyself. Accept the mystery of you within that open space, within that forest where we all return to our ancient, most natural self. We can all be one again. So the deviation for this card is you are discovering what can happen when you rely less on conditioning, memory, and civilization, and more on heart, receptivity, and nature. New friends, connections, gentleness, and joy will be yours. Very cool. And the last oracle is the animal spirit. Animal spirit for the collective. There it is. The sea serpent card keeps coming up. The sea serpent. What the heck? Okay, here it is. So if you can see, it's the North Node dragon. The dragon's head, the dragon's tail. The dragon is eating its tail. It's found in a lot of religious symbols. In astrology, it's the North Node, South Node. And this is a spirit card, so these are special because this book is all on the 4 elements and then spirit. Healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. So the sea serpent represents the energy of expression. Whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, and desire, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and endearing. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet active, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. So this is about the second chakra, and it's located deep within the pelvic bowl. And this chakra is known as the center of our creativity and desire, and is associated with the water element. So it translates in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother, or Kundalini herself. So we have had some connections, okay? We're definitely healing the Divine Feminine. We are embracing that aspect of ourselves, our God and Goddess within. Let's see what tarot card wants to come out for this new moon. And what can we learn from it? Whoa. Page of Cups. And, whoa, the Queen of Swords. Okay. Okay, we've got an emotion card. We got an intellectual card. And we got the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. Of course, they keep coming out. All right, so we got the Page of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Lovers reversed, okay? I'm going to shuffle my second tarot deck to see if there's any that come out that are similar. To highlight this, we have the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups. Okay, that's the focus right here, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so after all this, we're gonna have happiness here. We have the Three of Wands, so we're definitely looking for something new, and the Three of Pentacles reversed. Okay, let's see. So definitely this Ace of Cups is coming up. Okay, so the Page of Cups, we have this guy holding a cup and a fish is popping out. This is pleasant surprises. Okay, this could be a engagement and a baby, a new relationship, but these are creative opportunities as well, intuitive messages, and curiosity and what's possible. So this is a really good card. It gives us a message of good, positive things coming our way, and opportunities, a new idea, whatever that you might getting as far as insight, move it forward and make it happen. It's a really good time for that and manifestation. And then we have the Queen of Swords, and this is an air card. This has to do with like Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this is about clear communication, and like direct, clear communication and boundaries. And this is about remaining flexible and being open to receive and connect with people. We could be getting intuitive signs and intuitive signs about something, or maybe some unexpected emotions are coming to the surface, or we're seeing someone differently and we're kind of surprised by it. Because the Lovers card came in reverse, it definitely has to do with our relationships and balancing ourselves with others. So this is about self-love, but this is about misalignment of values, like disharmony and imbalance in our relationships. So this would be love and harmony in our relationships, right? Values and alignment and choices. But there's something out of alignment, and we're being asked to create some more self-care in order to have that commitment and love that we desire. This is the Gemini card, and this new moon solar eclipse is in Sagittarius, which is in the area of Gemini's partnerships and marriage. So maybe this is like, we need more communication within our relationships in order to have this Ace of Cups, which is the new love, the relationship, the compassion, or the creativity. This is an overall emotional fulfillment and happiness in our relationships and partnerships. Now, when I pulled out the other deck, this Ace of Cups came out. So I know that this is highlighting this this new moon eclipse and this reading, but the reverse of Ace of Cups is self-love, okay, and intuition, and repressed emotions as well. So I really do feel like this reading is saying that we need to communicate, okay? We need to communicate what our emotions, what we're feeling now, what is happening. And we need to fill our own cup, and we need to care for ourselves and our own emotions and put aside our ego. The King of Pentacles is really focused on his business and his wealth and his security and discipline. Okay, but this isn't going to always get you where you want to be. So we have the Three of Wands. So there is something and opportunities on the horizon. So we're really looking at our options. Okay, we're having foresight. And the High Priestess came out, which is we have to use our mind, okay, our intuitional mind. So we need to use the divine feminine and the subconscious mind also, because the High Priestess is similar than the Magician. The Magician is like the guardian of the conscious mind, but in the tangible world. But the High Priestess is the guardian of the subconscious mind and the teacher of the sacred knowledge and hidden mysteries. So there is something that is coming up, okay, that maybe was not expected. And we're being asked to really dig into our unconscious, our subconscious, and the things that are hidden. And sometimes that we even hide from ourselves. And sometimes we bury ourselves in work to kind of escape the emotions that we're feeling or the lack of emotions. And we're not seeing we're not seeing what is what I guess it was like what we're not seeing things exactly very clear. But the Three of Pentacles came out, and this is like working alone. You're like, okay, I'm gonna bury myself in work so I don't feel these emotions, and I'm not being honest with myself, and I'm like over here in la la land, and there's just, what happens is you become misaligned. You become misaligned with your destiny when you're not listening to your higher self and you're not listening to your heart. There is a balance that needs to happen between your head and your heart. Your heart is actually the biggest magnetic field in the body. So our heart really rules it all. So like, to me, this is just really focusing on our fulfillment, our emotional fulfillment. And what is your emotional fulfillment? You have to ask yourself, is it just using your head all day and working alone? Or is your emotional fulfillment being in a partnership and working alongside someone? And are you growing and learning, stepping into the unknown in that? So this is a perfect time to open your heart and experiences, and a rich flow of emotions is available to you right now. being receptive for creative opportunities and loving connections. And this is just a really overall good card. Like, this is very similar to the 10 of Cups, in my opinion. Like, an emotional fulfillment and the things that you've been desiring will happen as long as you are communicating what you're feeling, and to also pour into your own cup and not just the cup of the other. So it's like a give and take. And once we fill up our own cup and we love ourselves and we're creating a life that we love, then we're going to attract those partners. So thanks for sticking around, and thanks for liking and sharing and commenting and liking my videos. I appreciate it. It helps drive more business to my page, like more messages being out because of the algorithm. But yeah, I hope this message was helpful. Sorry, I did this on a full stomach. I usually don't. So yeah, I hope you guys stay strong through the unknown. This is the Eclipse portal, and we are going to come out of this a brand new person. Remember, Sunday is an amazing day for manifestation. The sun is the ruler. And also Saturday, Saturn Day. It's ruled by Saturn, which is it's kind of like how much ever work that you put in, you get out. And I do feel like Saturn is a really good guy to give you what you've been working hard for. So I'd say like Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is a really good for manifestation. And Tuesday. Monday is Moon Day. It's a Moon Day. And that's why a lot of people hate Mondays. But yeah, thanks for joining. If you'd like a reading, work with me. I do astrology, life coaching, and therapy just goes right along with all of that. If you feel like we would be a good fit, hit me up. You can go to my website, LucidLivingMovement.com, and you can set up a consultation with me. All right. Talk to you later. Peace out, your Lucid Living Coach.